Mike and Nancy Pia. You think that picture's big enough? And the family? Can I talk about you for a few minutes?
Sure.
Okay. So, born and raised in Chester County, Mike and Nancy Pia have a life filled with love. Since high school, I hear, kind of, right? In their early years together, while Mike was growing the family mushroom business, Nancy was busy raising 4 children within 5 years, born together, while starting a children's educational toy and clothing mail order business. She showed me the catalog of all the kids' pictures in there too, thank you. And they've always, from the earliest days, focused on enhancing the lives of children and making a positive impact on families of all kinds. Now, as a former teacher, an artist, and a published author, Nancy was instrumental in starting the YMCA of Kennett, where I go, the Montessori school. And I see those kids running in there every day with great joy, so thank you. She also created the Living Kindness program that was implemented in several local schools. Mike has spent his entire career in the family mushroom farming business, South Mill Champs, one of the top 3 producers in all of North America. Over the year, things grew and grew. I'm not going to say they mushroomed. They grew very, very well. I couldn't help it. In 2002, Mike and Nancy established their own private charitable foundation. And in 2019, they converted that private charitable foundation to a separately managed, medallion-funded Our Community Foundation. So I'm glad you found us. You kept your eyes on us for a long time. Now, I found some early meeting notes. When Mike and Nancy first came to us, we sat down together to crystallize our understanding of their philanthropic aims. A guiding belief of Mike and Nancy is that all children deserve a life of physical and emotional well-being, education, poverty alleviation, healthy food, safe, affordable housing, and holistic health care are key. So let me talk about, over the past 5 years, you can see that Mike and Nancy have really maintained their focus when you look at the intentional, generous gifts that time and money can be felt regionally for causes in southern Chester County and northern Delaware. So here's the graph that allocates their generosity, but let me show you the faces. Now, the Pia's motto is simple, yet sometimes difficult. It's lead with your heart. Lead with your heart. That's what Mike and Nancy did when their grant to Nemours Children's Hospital in Wilmington created 2 NICU twin rooms. And I love the fact that it's not 1 NICU room for 2 twins, it's 2 NICU rooms for twins, twin rooms. Twins grown in the family, I guess, there. Plus, they also, and this is a new one for me, so if I say this wrong or describe it wrong, please correct me, the ECMO transport. They funded an ECMO transport, and it's a life support unit that allows a child's heart and lungs to get help during the transport to Nemours by helicopter, airplane, or ambulance. So that ECMO transport, Nemours is the only regional hospital to provide the advanced pediatric ECMO transport. And thereby it allows them to extend their reach to children throughout the region who need critical care hundreds of miles away. Small, giving with your heart. Lead with your heart. That's what Nancy and Mike did when they found out that the Chester County Food Bank needed a new refrigerated delivery truck. Not just a little truck, a refrigerated delivery truck. They readily donated funds to purchase a new truck for the Fresh to You mobile market. Do you see it driving around? Yep, I do too. And it delivers nutritious food to the food banks, the feeding pantries, the feeding sites, and of course, hungry families to get that food. Lead with your heart. That's what the Pias did when they learned that LCH, Community and Health Services, had a growing need to integrate physical health with mental health, especially to help low-income families manage the daily challenges and stresses of life. In 2022, their funding created the LCH Pia Center for Behavioral Health, and it now provides telehealth appointments and in-person appointments in Oxford, Kennett Square, and West Grove. Lead with your heart. And these are only like the huge ones. There's thousands, but I have one more. Lead with your heart. That's what the Pias did a few years ago when they donated 6 acres of land to the Kennett Area Community Services for their new site. And it wasn't just the land they donated a couple years ago. In 2024, the Pias aren't done. They also provided lead funding, and Nancy also quietly but strongly serves on the Capital Campaign Committee. Now, CAC's new location will be more accessible for the 5,000 plus neighbors who this year alone have obtained more than 820,000 pounds of food. Yeah. Now, that's at the current small location, all right? So this new location will have more space for deliveries, inventory, volunteers, staff, and community engagement. The site will be large enough so that other nonprofit satellite locations can be there so people can come and access a full circle of care. But no, the Capital Campaign is now underway. It is not finished, and donations are greatly desired. Did you hear that? Donations are greatly desired. Yeah. Oh, is that CAC's over there? Just throw your money right there. There you go. Donations are greatly desired because it takes a community to care for our community. So those are 4 of the many, many differences the Pia's grant making has made over the last several years. And with the Pia family, community service is a family affair. Giving time and money are both important, and the next generation of Pias are following in Mike and Nancy's footsteps, but leading their own way. They're lending financial support to community causes, they're volunteering, and thank you for serving on local boards and local committees. And the grandkids are getting in the action too. I see food drives, lemonade stands with the proceeds going to charities, and lots of holiday gift giving to benefit underserved children. So there's more to come. Now, the fact is, the Pias are continually scanning the community for new philanthropy projects, and they are eager to see what the future holds, and so are all of we. Something like that, so we all are. So, Mike and Nancy, thank you for letting me talk about some of your good works. There's so many more, but I'll keep to a schedule. You do so much good for so many people. Would you like to say anything? Come on, Mike, come on.
Thanks, Karen, I appreciate that. Nancy and I feel very fortunate to have gotten connected with the Community Foundation and to be a part of a group of people with so much generosity in their hearts. We're probably, as Karen said, we are a bit unique because we ran our own foundation for 15 years before we before we were introduced and learned about the Community Foundation and decided to move it over to a fund there. So having that experience of running our own foundation, we really can see the benefit that the Community Foundation provides to people who want to have funds in terms of how they oversee charitable giving. Karen and her team are outstanding at what they do, truly outstanding. And they've greatly helped us expand our reach by opening new doors. Chester County is truly fortunate to have the Community Foundation in our community. I also wanted to say that while Nancy and I make all decisions regarding our fund jointly, she is really the driving force behind our charitable giving and has been from the beginning. It was actually her idea over 20 years ago to establish our own foundation, and she continues to do the vast majority of the work related to our fund, not only seeking out and closely interacting with organizations that we support, but also developing, implementing new programs centered around the areas that are meaningful to us. So she definitely carries most of the load. So anyway, thanks again, Karen, and thank you for honoring us, and thank your entire staff for doing everything you do to support us in our philanthropic mission. Thank you.
Thank you.